Welcome everybody to video 71. Today's lecture is going to be a brief introduction to some of the development that takes place in the womb as well as leading up to the stage of puberty. We'll also cover a little bit on puberty. This is far from going to be an extensive research into these topics, but instead it's just meant to be kind of a broad survey of development. So while in an embryo, fertilized eggs, they are going to default female. Basically, the only reason that you end up with male offspring is because from the father they get that Y chromosome, and a single gene on that Y chromosome, which is known as the sex-determining region of the Y chromosome, is going to basically cause the cascade of different things that's going to cause an embryo to become male. And so without that SRY, the embryo actually would develop as a female, assuming all of the things are maintained. And so, but while it's an embryo, you have this tissue that's known as bipotential tissue. Basically, that means it could develop into either the male or the female gonads. And so without the SRY, it's going to develop into the female gonads, but with the SRY gene, it's going to recruit other genes to develop that bipotential tissue into the testes, as well as it's also going to suppress female development. And so without the SRY gene, those primordial follicles are going to begin to develop in the primitive ovary. So like we said, when a female is born, she has all the eggs that she's ever going to ovulate during her lifetime. And that's all going to happen without the SRY gene, so you need that SRY in order for something to become male. If you do have that SRY gene and testes form, Leydig cells are going to be secreting testosterone that are going to influence other tissues to become the male reproductive structures. So for example, exposure of testosterone will stimulate cells to differentiate into the glans penis. But without that testosterone, those same cells are going to differentiate into the glans clitoris. And so those two structures, like I said, both of them are erectile tissue. They come from the same tissue. It's just whether or not you have this cascade of factors happening to develop into either a male or a female. But not all of the tissues in an embryo are bipotential. You actually will have two rudimentary duct systems. The female duct system is known as the Mullerian duct. The male duct is going to be known as the Wolffian duct. And so depending on whether the embryo is developing into a male or developing into a female, one of them is going to continue to develop, one of those duct systems, I should say, will continue to develop while the other is going to degrade and eventually go away to make sure you're left with only the male or female duct systems. So here is just a graphic talking about this, kind of leading up to puberty. Starting with GnRH release, the hypothalamus is going to be producing that, it says here around age 8. That's going to trigger LH and FSH to be secreted from the anterior pituitary gland. We get here number 3, LH and FSH trigger testosterone production in the testes or estrogen production in the ovaries, again depending on which direction we're going, either male or female. If you get testosterone release, that's going to inhibit GnRH release from the anterior pituitary gland. It's going to stimulate spermatogenesis. It's also going to lead to male secondary sex characteristics. Secondary sex characteristics, in just broad terms, are just those that are seen, the development that we see at the time of puberty. So for the male, it's going to be the growth of the penis and the scrotum. Facial hair, the larynx is going to loosen and elongate, which is going to deepen the pitch of the voice. Shoulders are going to broaden. You get other hair, as well as the muscular system is going to greatly increase. On the female side, estrogen release also will inhibit GnRH release. It's going to lead to folliculogenesis, as well as the development of the breasts, the hips, as well as pubic hair. So again, here just in bullet point form, secondary sex characteristics are the changes seen around the time of puberty. They're going to serve auxiliary roles in reproduction. Basically, they're the characteristics that you don't see initially when a baby is born. You see them later. So for Females here, we talked about the development of breast tissue, which is usually the first sign of puberty, followed by axillary and pubic hair. Remember, axillary being the armpit region. Girls will have a growth spurt around age 10 and grow about 3 inches per year. And then the signal that they have reached sexual maturity is at that first menstruation. Some other secondary sex characteristics that we see in females is the deposition of fat in the hips and the breasts, as well as the broadening of the hips. On the male side, it's typically, you start to see puberty first with the growth of the testes, followed by the scrotum and the penis. You do also in males get that axillary and pubic hair. Males will also start to get thoracic and facial hair. Testosterone will stimulate the relaxation of that larynx. It also does grow a little bit. And so basically like a guitar string, if you have a really, really tightly wound string, it's going to create a high-pitched voice. If you have a really, really loose string, it's going to create a low-pitched voice. And so that's essentially what's happening with the male voice. Males will have their growth spurt around age 12 and grow about 4 inches per year, and will reach sexual maturity with the first ejaculations, typically around age 15, although in some instances, puberty can last even through the early 20s. Okay. So like I said, a very brief discussion on development and puberty. For this purposes of this class, we don't go into each of the individual tissues a whole lot. We'll talk about some of them when we go through development during pregnancy. But there's a lot more here that gets into the different types of tissue. And for the purposes of a high school class, we really don't go into histology that much. So if you have any questions, as always, let me know.